Hi, and welcome to Real Talks. I'm Sue Quackenbush, Chief People Officer at Dynatrace and your podcast host. I'm inviting Dynatracers from around the globe to have real conversations about their experiences shaping our vibrant global culture. I'm so excited to have Tatiana Gottlib as a guest with me here today. Hi, and welcome again, Tatiana.
Hi, Sue. Pleasure to be here.
Tatiana, you're a strong role model with an extraordinary career path, and please introduce yourself.
I am a proud Dynatracer. I've been with Dynatrace 4 years already. I started as a technical product specialist, later promoted to a role of a manager, senior manager, director, and recently I've added also the Barcelona lab lead to my roles and responsibilities. I love what we are doing. I love our product. I love our culture. I love our people. And I'm very proud to be here today and speak with you soon.
Well, thank you so much. And I would love to find out what makes the Dynatrace culture special for you.
So we were discussing this yesterday with my colleague Andrea, and she mentioned that in her interview, she got this feeling of our culture. I think we are diverse. We are a supportive workplace. We are encouraging and empowering people to reach their full potential. And I think we are inspired also by our vision and our purpose. And it's a special feeling that we have in Dynatrace. You can't really put it in words. You have to feel it.
It's wonderful because we have such a global footprint. We have offices all over the world. We have a third of our population that are fully remote globally. And yet there's this connection. And, part of the reason why we're having these podcasts is really to showcase individuals such as yourself. And you've had a very successful career. And I'd love to just explore a little bit with you on, how have your role models shaped your career and how did it happen? How did you meet? What did they do? And how did they help you along your journey?
I think I've met my role model even before I knew she was my manager, Jay. I think the most pivotal moment was when the position for a manager was opened, and I was really going back and forth with myself. Should I apply or not? Is it for me? I was always more of a techie on the technical side. I really enjoyed this challenge, and whenever there's a new technology, I always want to put my hands on it. With Jay, we had a very candid discussion about this position that was opened, and she gave me some food for thought. And I went back home and I did my homework. And I think the biggest fear and hurdle for me personally was I didn't want to fail. But I had to go home and assume how would I feel if I did fail, if I, for example, didn't get the job or wasn't the best at the role that I was applying for. How would I handle it, and how would I live through that? And after I had some time to process, I gained the courage to apply for the role. And she told me that she believed in me. And that was something that when you look up to someone and you really admire them and they give you this inspiration, this empowerment, that builds your confidence. So you start to see yourself as somebody who you aspire to be. And the impact it had on my life was so tremendous that I really want to pay it forward and be a role model for somebody like I was. And they need somebody who can show them the Northern Star, show them the way, give them the helping hand. That's what I mean by paying it forward. So it's just knowing where you came from, never forgetting that. And whoever you meet on your way, that they're in the same situation you previously were, give them the push that you received once in your life and set them on the path to greatness.
That's wonderful. And sometimes people find it hard to locate or approach someone that they view as a role model. In your experience, can you give any guidance or tips on how to approach someone to potentially be a role model? Is it more informal, formal?
Find people who have similar values as you are. Find people who, when you speak with, you always find yourself listening and tuning in and being curious. The relationship will grow naturally. Again, not to confuse with mentorship, where there is let's say, a contractual obligation from the mentor and the mentee to engage in a recurring meeting, events, activities, projects. Role modeling is more natural. It's when you meet somebody and you say, I admire this person, I want to be near them, I want to learn from them as much as I can, and I want to be that person someday. So go with your gut. It's not something that you can just decide or sign up for.
So when you think about role modeling, how does Dynatrace enable you to be a role model, and what role modeling means to you?
If you want to come and just talk to anyone actually, you can. It's possible. You can just grab a cup of tea with them or meet them in the kitchen table, introduce yourself. In addition to this very open and welcoming environment, there are also a lot of events and organized activities where you have the opportunity to speak up, to be on stage, to share your experience. We don't necessarily always talk about technology and observability. We also talk about people. We talk about our values, our experiences, how different we are, how amazing this diversity and this special vibe that we have in Dynatrace is. And that's what makes us different.
That's great. And, it's interesting because I don't think we as individuals go into every day saying, I'm going to be a role model, or there's a formal title to say you're a role model, like a coach or a mentor. But a role model is something that all of us get to do each day. And I'm always amazed that you never know who's watching and who's learning from you. And I would love to get your thoughts on how to be a role model within Dynatrace.
Very good question. So for folks that are not on site, or maybe you are partially on site, don't be stopped by the physical distance. Reach out on Slack. Let's connect on Zoom. Let's have a virtual cup of tea. We are all Dynatracers. I always get excited where I go somewhere and I see a person wearing a Dynatrace t-shirt. I almost want to run and say, hi, I'm a Dynatracer too. Actually, I do that. So let's just talk to each other. We are all proud Dynatracers. And I think there is a reason we have this amazing vibe, and our culture is so valuable. It's one of our biggest assets, in my opinion. Let's keep it going.
That human aspect of it is so important. And I love that we are an organization where it's open door. Anyone and everyone will answer and respond. And I think that openness is so key to our culture. And Tatiana, I really appreciate you coming on and speaking with me. I think it's great. And so thank you.
Thank you so much, Sue. This has been a pleasure, and I really look forward to our cup of tea.
Yes, we will absolutely have that cup of tea when I get out to Spain together. And we might even have a cup of tea virtually before then. So this is why I'm doing these podcasts. It's so exciting to hear about all our fantastic Dynatracers across the globe. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode of Real Talks that will be launched in 1 month.